Hello and welcome to the second video on data interpretation. In my previous video, I discussed data which was in tabular format. In this video, we'll look at the second form and which is pie charts. So let's get started. Now, first thing about pie chart is that in percentage terms would always be 100%, which is nothing but your 360 degrees is 100%. And half could be, 180 degree or 50% and so on. So now let's come to our question. It says in the following pie charts, the percentage of employees of a company operating in 8 different countries has been given. So there's a company which has offices in, let's say, 8 countries, and how the split of employees across those 8 countries is given. What is also given is the number of male employees in that company. So let's say total employees are 86,000 and male employees total are 56,000. And the split of those 56,000 male employees across 8 countries is also given. So from this data, before jumping at the question, what can we say? We can say that if I were to calculate the number of employees in each of the country, I will be able to calculate. If somebody asks me the male employees in any specific country, I'll be able to calculate. Also, if you think carefully, you can also calculate female employees. Now, total female employees is simple. 86,000 is the total employees, male employees 56,000. So not considering transgenders, it is safe to say, okay, the total number of female employees would be 86,000 minus 56,000, which is 30,000. So that's something that's given. But I have seen students making mistake here, that when they jump to the questions, they don't realize how will they calculate female employees in each of the countries. So if I were to, let's say how many female employees are there in country 1. So people have the tendency to do 18% minus 15%, which is 3% of 30,000. These bases are different. The base here is 86,000. The base here is 56,000. So you cannot obviously do 18% of this minus 15 is not 3%, because this is 18% of something else and this is 15% of something else, which is 56,000. Anyway, so once we understand the data, and which is an important step, now we move to the questions. So let's look at our first question. It says, what is the ratio between male employees working in country 1 and country 2? Male employees country 1 and country 2. What is the ratio? So this is very easy. That means question is simply asking you 15% of 56,000 upon country 2 male employees 10% of 56k. I mean, this I am writing just to explain it to you, but there is nothing to be written. So that is, this is all get cut, right? So this 15 by 10 is nothing but 3 by 2. Isn't that like a 2-second question? So easy. So all you have to do is just understand this data, read the question and just mark the answer. So this is like a 2-second question, right? 3 by 2. Okay, let's move to second question. Second question says, in the following pie charts, the percentage of employees of a company operating in 8 different countries has been given. That same thing, 2 pie charts. Question is, what is the ratio between number of male employees and female employees in country 2? Male employees in country 2. So ratio of male employees in country 2 upon, right? This is what, so this ratio equals to male employees in country 2 upon female employees in country 2. This is what we have to find out. Now male employees in country 2, is it not easy? Male employees in country 2, 10% of any number I told you is very easy to calculate. That means you just have to move decimal this place. So this is 5600 upon female employees in country 2. Now what is the female employees in country 2 is? How will we calculate female employees in country 2? We know total employees in country 2. We know total male employees in country 2. So that would be total employees minus male employees would be female employees, right? If you were to calculate 12% of 86,000, so what you'll do, you will first write 10%, which is 8600. You also know your 1% would be 860, isn't it? One more decimal place it will move, 860. So into 2, this would be 1720. So that means this is what you've calculated. You've calculated the total number of employees in country 2. But what is the male employee? 5600. That is how you'll get the female employees. Now how is this? You can calculate. This is 4400 plus 320. That means 4720. This is something that you should do orally. Okay, now I can directly say that this is a multiple of 4, right? So that means we could cut it. Okay, 4 into 1 4, 16, 140. 4 into 1 4, and 4 again 1 4, 32, 4 8, 32, right? So this again you can cut by 2, so this is actually a multiple of 8, right? But 2 into 70, 2 into 5 10, and 2 9 18, so 70 is to 59. That means you can just mark this option. So isn't this easy? So only thing that you have to figure in this question is how will you calculate females in country 2. And if you've just spent maybe 5-10 seconds taking a cursory glance through the questions before jumping to the at the data, before jumping at the questions, you could have easily figured it that females is nothing but total minus male employees in that country, and that's how we got it. 70 is to 59. Okay, let's move to the third question. It says the pie chart percentage of employees. Okay, same. He's saying what is the approximate average number of male employees in country 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. What is the approximate number of male employees? So that means what male employees in country 1, 2 and 3 is what? 15% of 56,000, right? Plus 10% of 56k, right? Plus 12% of 56k. This I am writing just for showing it to you, but I am saying we cannot do that in the exam. Why will we waste our time and space here? All we have to do is average of this. So this is 15, this is 10, 25 plus 12, 37, and all of this whatever addition, this is of the same base. That means 37% of the same base by 3. That means all you could do is you can directly do 37 by 3. This is nothing but 3 into 12, 36, 12.10, 12.33, correct? So that means you had to calculate 12.33 percentage of 56,000. That was the ask. So either you can now do it this 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0.33, or you can say this I can write as 12.5% minus 1.7%. I mean minus 0.17%, sorry, right? Isn't this? So 12 point, if you minus 0.2, if you reduce, there will be 12.3. so this is what is the ask. 12.5%, if you remember from our percentages chapter, 12.5 is 25 and half of 25, that means half of 1 by 4. That means this is 1/8 of 56,000. Now 1/8 of 56,000, right? 8 into 7, that means this is 7,000. So all you have to do is 7,000 minus 0.1. So if this is the number 56,000, 0.1 would be how much? 1 would be 560. 10% is 5600. 1% would be 560. So half of that would be minus 56. This is 0.1. 0.1 of 56,000 would be 56, and then minus. So 7,000 minus 56. How much is that? 7,000 minus 100, but little more than that. So 7,000 minus 100 is how much? 7,000. So this option is out, right? This option is obviously out, right? This option is also out. The only option left is this, isn't it? Because 7,000 minus this is how much? This is 0.1%, and then you have to also calculate 0.07% also you have to minus, but which is half of this, which is basically 28 and something more, so 30-40 more or less. So that means this definitely has to be this answer. So you don't have to do exact full this thing also. You looked at the options and you realize that okay, I don't need to do exact math, and you can get it. So basically in this question, male employees, you have to find average number of male employees in these 3 countries. The base is given, so we could have done 15 plus 10 plus 12, 37 by 3, which is 12.33% of 56,000. So you simply do that calculation, you get your answer. How you simplify 12.33? Like again, there could be multiple ways to go about it. Whether you want to do it like this, whether you want to go 12.33 like 10 plus 2% plus 0.33%, it is up to you, whatever you can do faster. All right, let's move ahead. Next, he says what is the average number of female employees in country 4 and country 7? Now female employees is asking, just remember. So you have to be careful. In country 4, how will you calculate female employees? So whatever female employees will be there in country 4 plus, because average is asking, whatever number of female employees in country 7, average would be this. So can we not calculate female in country 4? Female in country 4 would be very easy. This would be 14% of 86,000 minus how much in country 4? 18% of 56,000, and you can get your answer, right? Similarly, female in country 7 would be how much? Female in country 7 would be again 7% of 86,000 minus 9% of 56,000. Now I'm writing this just to show you what are the steps involved. But if I were you in the exam, I would have left this question. Meaning, is this question difficult? Absolutely no. Can I do it? Of course yes. But this will take me more than a minute. And why would I want to do all this calculation? 14% of this minus 18% of this, or 7%, and then you can simplify this also. This is almost double of this, right? If you take 2 common. But I'm saying I don't want to do all of that calculation and that add. So some questions are also worth leaving in the exam. While this is the method how to go about this question, you could have solved it. But unless you have a smarter way, some shortcut you are able to see. If you're not able to see, I would have left this question. That means this question is not worth doing. So in the aptitude exams, this is also a skill. The skill to make a decision and decide when to leave a particular question. Not just because you are not able to solve it, but because you know it will take more time. So probably I'll put a question mark on this, right? And if it's online system also, I can mark it and then I'll go solve the other question, then come back if I have time and I have no other question that I can do it faster. All right, let's move to the next question. 5th, by what percent is the total number of employees in country 5th, 6th, 7th more than total number of male employees in country 2, 3, 4? Okay, let's look at total number of employees in country 5th, 6th, 7th. 17%, 16%, 7%. So don't get fooled by saying it will be so much time consuming that I have to calculate 17% of this number, 16%, 7%. It is of the same base. So 17 plus 16 is how much? 33 plus 7, 40. So this is nothing but your 40% of 86,000, right? And the total number of male employees in country 2, 3, 4 is how much? 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 18, same base. This is again 10 plus 12, 22 plus 18, again 40% of 56,000. So he's saying how much is this more than this? So if somebody asks you how much is 10 more than, let's say somebody asks you more than 8. So how will you say how much is this more than 2 in percentage terms? This is 2 more than 8, correct? 8, if this was 8, this is equal 2 more than. So what percentage is 10 of 8? I would say 125%. But how much more it is? So 2, it is 2 extra on what base? On 8. 2 by 8 is 1 by 4. This is 25% more. Same logic we have to apply here. So, but the good thing is we don't have to calculate anything. See, because ultimately if it is in ratio, if two numbers are in ratio, so whether if I say how much is 10 more than 8 or if I say how much is 10 lakh more than 8 lakh, it's in percentage terms it's the same thing. So you know this can all get cut and you can simplify it. This is 56,000, so these 30, these 30. That means all he's saying is how much is 86 more than 56, and I can make it even smaller for simplification. What I will do, this is 43, this is 43 and this is 28. So now I'm not able to find a number easily because 43 is a prime number. So all I have to do is how much is this more than this? So let's say how much is this extra? So how much is this extra? 28. So that means 13 plus 2, 15. This is extra. On what base? On 28 base. So that means this is what you have to calculate. How much is 15 as a percentage of 28? Correct? That 15 is this extra number. So now instead of doing this calculation also, I would say be smart. Look at the options. Options are like this. Now can you not say what is 50% of 28? That means 50% of 28 is your 14. That means here is 15. That means 50% plus how much more? 1 more. Now 1 is what percentage of 28? Now 1% of this number would be 0.28. Correct? 1% would be 0.28. So this is 1 extra. That means this into 3.5 times types. So 50 plus 3 something. So close to 53. So only option is this. So this was again very easy question. Okay, so thanks for watching this video on pie charts, but these 5 questions give us an understanding of one. Again, like I said, smart calculation we did. We leveraged the options. We did not solve something additional that was not required. If we knew no other option would fit in, we just marked the option. Secondly, we also learned how to leave a particular question. So there was a question where we were able to do it. Everything it was very simple, but because it was time consuming, we took a decision and said, no, I will not do this in first go. So these were our learnings from this video. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.